was blinded. You could have been an asset. Could have used him. I'm curious. How far do you think Dr. Reed would go for her research? I think you'd be surprised, Jensen.
Stop! I see!
I thought possibly to recruit you, but I see now you would never.
Son of a bitch!
As you can see, guys, we're back. Sorry, yeah.
There's no way off this base except through me, Jensen.
I know it. I see you! Come get me! Establishing attack vectors.
Your head's strong. It may have served you well in the past, but ultimately, it's a failing.
Did you hear footsteps? What was that noise? We got some suspicious activity. What was that noise? I've got... Over there! Hey, Bruder! You got it?
Oh, come on! Give me a freaking break. If you are cloaked, you cannot be seen. Simple as that.
Your head's strong. It may have served you well in the past, but ultimately, it's a failing. You're aggressive, Jensen. The shame is idealistic.
Gotta be dead.
see now you would never make a good soldier. Altruism blinded you. You could have been an asset to the project. I could have used you.
We need help here.
I'm curious. How far do you think Dr. Reed would go for her research? I think you'd be surprised. Jensen. So short-sighted, you disappoint me. How can a man so gifted be so blind? There's no way off this base except through me, Jensen.
Oh, are you freaking kidding me? Because why not? Because why not? Because somehow that makes sense, of course. I complete it, game crashes. I try to do it, game crashes. I try to do it, game crashes. I do it right way, forget that I didn't add the correct.
There's no way off this place except through me, Jensen.
Come get me! Enter combat. Activate self-destruct sequence. on the road!
Headstrong. May have served you well in the past, but ultimately, it's a failure. I'm curious. How far do you think Dr. Reed would go for her research?
I know you're still here!
Surprised, Jensen. So short-sighted, you disappoint me. How can a man so gifted be so blind? Your altruism blinded you. You could have been an asset to the project. I could have used it. I thought possibly to recruit you, but I see now you would never make a good soldier.
Nearing source of disturbance. Something right here. Better keep my eyes open.
It sounds like your struggles are almost over, Bratan. Is Bark dead?
I'm standing, he's not.
Good. With Bark out of the picture, is a power vacuum I can take advantage of. Return to loading bay 2. The doors between here and the docking platform will be open for you.
Last time I passed through there, Burke's men were still waiting for me.
Not anymore. Bark has just ordered them away.
Great. Except I came here looking for Megan Reed, Bratan. I can't leave without knowing.
There is a boat heading toward the location as we speak. If you hurry, it can be on it.
Bratan,
Quinn?
I'm afraid our good friend Quinn met with an unfortunate incident during all the commotion and is no longer with us.
Your voice. It was you this whole time. Who are you?
For the moment, I'm between identities. I apologize for the duplicity, but it was a necessary precaution. You had to be kept in the dark.
And Keitner? Did she know?
Commander Keitner's perception was much like yours, shrouded. She saw what she needed to see, and was told what she needed to hear in order for me to complete the mission.
So we were both pawns. Except she's dead and I'm not. So where does that leave me in your grand design?
We are all pawns in someone else's grand design, Mr. Jensen. But that doesn't make Natanya's death any less tragic. Your actions ensured her sacrifice was not made in vain, however. Dr. Kavanagh made it out safely, and is on her way to the rendezvous site. She will expose the truth in due time.
Keitner wasn't the only one who died back there. Those prisoners.
Will be added to a long list of Bell Tower's atrocities. We will not let them be forgotten. We mustn't stay here much longer, Mr. Jensen, if we hope to get you away from this base.
All right. Where's Megan?
I don't know for certain. But what I do know is that earlier today, Burke issued orders to have a large group of detainees transferred off this base. Supposedly, they will be assisting at another black site facility.
Another one? How many of these sites are there?
If we knew that, I wouldn't have gone to all this effort to expose this one, Bratan.
Right. You're sure Megan is at this other facility?
Nothing is ever certain in life, Mr. Jensen. But it is the best chance you have. Unfortunately, the cargo ship carrying the prisoners has already set sail. But I took the liberty to send out an urgent dispatch in Burke's name, ordering the ship's captain to hold position until one more detainee could be flown on board. In stasis. A helicopter is en route to pick you up.
Wait a second. You want me to get inside another stasis pod? Last time I got in one of those things, it didn't go so well.
I know it's far from ideal, but frankly, your options are quite limited. Although, I suppose you could try swimming there.
Better be the right fucking boat this time. Because I don't feel like coming back here anytime soon.
Don't worry, mate. It'll be grand. Besides, I thought you Americans liked riding off into the sunset.
Hundred and one praxis. So you do have to rebuy everything. careful. Okay.
It's done. Exactly as you instructed.
And yet you sound disappointed. You think we should have handled this differently?
I think we had a valuable asset in our hands, and we're letting him slip away. He could have been very useful in the coming storm.
A hand does not need to be clenched tightly to maintain its hold on someone. Jensen carries too much baggage right now. His obsession with Reed only serves to distract him.
We could have told him the truth.
He must discover it by himself. And when he does, if you have followed my instructions precisely, we will know how to find him.
Assuming he lives that long.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Pritchard, any chance you're still there?
Jensen, my God. You've been offline for days. Where the hell are you?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
I'm pinging you now. You're in Singapore. Something's wrong, Jensen. I pinged you, and a second later I lost your GPL signal. It's like you disappeared into a black hole.
Gotta be a jammer.
Well, obviously. If you can find the transmitter and take it offline, I'll be able to track you. And keep you on a tighter leash.
I've got more important things to do than help you keep tabs on me. If Megan and her team are here, there's no time to waste.
One second. One second. Okay, just wanted to check on something. Alright, let's go.
How do you know? Walter told me you saw him talking to the Weaver. I'm sure she was probably barking orders at him again. Looks like this show is packed with A-listers now. The question is, headline. Things will be a lot easier. Hello. What is the...
whining about now?
Everything from the food to the temperature.
She's just trying to get on your nerves to see if you'll drop your guard. Don't let her get to you.
Right. Well, good luck.
Get the hell out! This lab is off limits to you people.
Nice to see you too, Dr. Goldman.
What? Wait a second. I know you. You were Seraph's security guy. Way to protect our asses.
Hey, check the attitude, Doc. I nearly died trying to save you.
Oh, and now you're here to take me back. Well, maybe I don't want to go. Maybe I've got more here than I ever had at Seraph.
Would Vasily Savchenko agree with that? They executed him and dumped his body in a ditch.
That's not true.
Believe it. Unless these murderers have you so brainwashed, you don't mind building their toys.
It wasn't a toy. It was a software upgrade that limits functionalities in a biochip. They told me it was for crowd control. Is Vasily really dead? You saw the body?
What was left of it?
Oh my god. I should have listened to him.
Dr. Colvin, about the rest of the team. Where are they? Where's Dr. Reed?
Eric and Declan are here and alive, but they try to keep us apart. Dr. Reed is in a secured area, heavily guarded.
Then I need a way to get the guards out. A distraction. Maybe a lab accident, what do you say?
After what those bastards did to Vasily? Of course. But one minor incident in this lab won't be enough.
No. But if a couple of other labs go up, simultaneously...
Declan and Eric. Of course. Interesting idea, Mr. Jensen. Ambitious, but risky. The timing will be critical.
I'll coordinate the attack. But you understand that this could all backfire.
I'm no shrinking violet, Mr. Jensen, but there may be another issue.
They're tracking your GPLs, aren't they? I've been wondering how to get around that.
Smart man. Just like Vasily. He had a plan to shut down their tracking and jamming protocols using a virus. Maybe Declan or Eric know something more about it.
Dr. Colvin, I need to know I can trust you. You seemed pretty happy to be here until I told you about Dr. Savchenko.
It's been 6 months, Mr. Jensen. Not long for you, perhaps, but how long can a person live in constant fear? Once they took us out of isolation, it just seemed easier to concentrate on the work.
Did all of you feel that way?
Vasily didn't. Maybe not Declan either, but the work we do here, the discussions, and the theories. I thought Seraph's projects were far-reaching, but the experiments I've seen going on here, it's the kind of stuff DARPA dreams up every day.
Only without governmental oversight keeping you in line.
I suppose I'm just a typical scientist to you, right, Mr. Jensen? Blindly pushing boundaries? No care for who's footing the bill or how our discoveries get made?
We all have to live with ourselves at the end of the day, Dr. Colvin.
You're right, of course. But were things so different in Detroit? We all know where those Seraph contracts came from, don't we? You asked me if you could trust me. You can. But you better get on with this.
I haven't yet located Eric Koss, Dr. Colvin. Do you know where they're keeping him?
He's working in a lab on the 3rd floor. There's an elevator that might get you there. It's on the 2nd floor, though, and I heard the guard say something about that floor being shut off. But then again, with those neuro enhancements of yours, you might find a way to get into it.
Dr. Faraday doesn't seem to be working in this building. Any idea where he is?
I think he's in the biomech lab next door. But you don't have to go outside to reach him. There's a skywalk that connects the 2 buildings. Maybe you can use it.
Okay, wait for my signal, Dr. Colvin. When your GPL starts to vibrate, set off the distraction.
I understand. And I'm sorry for what I said earlier.
Hostile in the area!
Something's wrong. Why is this thing not showing? Okay, I'm gonna try something in just a second. I'm going to back all the way out of the game and go back in. I don't know why. I mean, I suppose I understand why it wouldn't show a marker prior to finding Dr. Colvin there, because you don't know where she is. But when she gives you the information on where Koss and Declan are, then it should pop up markers on the HUD. Especially since that got since that got what the... The heck happened to the HUD? Okay, that's better. Still no, what do you call it though? mean, well, it wouldn't matter. That shouldn't be part of that thing anyway.
Hello? If anyone's hiding here, you'd better come out. Stand down. No.
Adam Jensen? Good grief, lad. What the blazes happened to you?
I made the mistake of surviving. I'm here to get you out, Dr. Faraday.
I told Vasily that Seraph wouldn't stop looking.
Sevchenko's dead, Dr. Faraday. I'm sorry.
I figured as much. One day he was just gone, and they wouldn't say why. We were all afraid, so we just kept to the work. They forced me to create a signal pattern that could broadcast software upgrades directly into a person's implanted circuitry.
Upgrades? That do what?
Whatever instructions have been encoded into them. They said it was to improve efficiency at clinics, but that wouldn't be the only application. Far from it.
I see. Dr. Faraday, we need to free Megan from the isolation zone. I've got a plan to distract the guards. 3 lab accidents.
I like your style, son. And it just might work if you can get Nia and Eric to agree. But timing them to occur at once, that will be the trick.
I'll worry about the timing. For now, sit tight and wait for my signal.
There's one thing you're forgetting, lad. They can track our GPL signals.
I meant to ask. Apparently, Dr. Sevchenko was working on a virus that might help us out.
Of course. Uploaded to the security terminal, it would disable the GPL tracker. But I'm afraid I don't know its whereabouts. Perhaps Colvin or Kos.
I'm still looking for Dr. Kos. I don't suppose you could point me in the right direction.
Eric showed an amazing bit of courage a few weeks back. Slipped a note into one of the project reports, telling me they've got him locked inside a lab on the 3rd floor of the Microgen building. I suspect, though, they'll have cameras and other security devices protecting it. You'll have to be on your guard, son.
I'm on it, Doc. In the meantime, be ready for the signal. Your GPL will vibrate. That'll be the time to set off the explosion.
Of course, lad. I'll give them a show they won't soon forget.
Excellent. So, third floor. Just means go those stairs and go all the way up. Excellent.
Over there! On target! Hold it! Got him in sight! I need suppression fire!
What are you talking about? I pressed the... Oh, for crying out loud. Give me a freaking break. I hit the button to use the... I hit the button to use the protein powder. Why was the protein powder not used? Because apparently I didn't have any more protein powder. That would have been nice to have been told that. Drop him. Good.
Please, I'm just a scientist. You don't need that weapon.
Dr. Koss, I'm here to get you out.
Jensen? From Sarif? But we were told we'd been written off.
Not exactly.
Listen, Jensen. They forced me to work for them. I didn't want to create the new biochip, especially since it was based on Sarif's research, but they didn't give me a choice.
No one doubts your loyalty, Dr. Koss. Do you know what they plan to do with this new biochip?
I'm not sure. They said something about having Tai Young Medical produce it and distribute it through Lim, but I can't be sure.
I've already been in touch with Colvin and Faraday, and we've come up with a plan. If the three of you set off simultaneous explosions in your labs, it might allow me to access the secured area and find Megan. Then we all get out of here.
Isn't that a little risky? Besides, how will we coordinate these accidents? It's impossible.
Maybe not. But it's that or staying here and eventually ending up like Dr. Sevchenko.
They killed him, didn't they? He kept provoking them, coming up with these wild escape plans. They try to keep us apart as much as possible now. All right, Mr. Jensen. I'm with you. What's our next move?
Listen, Dr. Koss. Dr. Sevchenko had a plan to neutralize the GPL tracker.
Yes, he wanted to upload a viral program onto the security control computer to scramble all of their equipment. He gave me a copy in case anything happened to him. Here, I never had the courage to use it. Besides, we had nowhere to go.
The computer I need to upload this to. Where's it located?
Vasily mentioned a tunnel near the back of the compound. I think it leads to the restricted area's security terminals, but... well, I've never used it myself. I wish I could be more helpful. Or even go with you. But...
Stay put, Dr. Koss. Once I upload this virus, you'll have to do your part. When you feel a vibration from your GPL, that's the signal to set off the explosion.
I'll wait, Mr. Jensen. But hurry.
Okay, good. Good, I thought maybe the game was glitching out. That's what I thought.
Heard that. Come out!
Someone hiding over there.
Come on, energy, hurry up.
Jensen, 4 GPLs just popped up, including yours. Koss, Colvin, Faraday. I'm missing one. Dr. Reed's.
I know. Keep tracking them. And I need you to try something else.
Try something? What?
Simulate feedback along that route. Make it strong enough to vibrate their implants. They have to feel it.
A signal, eh? Not bad, Jensen. I'm sending it now.
Oh, this part.
Your tenacity, Adam Jensen, is really quite irritating. We'd like you to stop now.
I'm afraid I can't, Zhao. You see, I figured it out. I know what you and your conspiracy buddies are planning.
Do you? How clever.
A new biochip. A software upgrade that limits what augmentations can do. You're creating a kill switch. You kidnapped Megan Reed's team to do it, and you're seizing control of the market to ensure it gets distributed. All because you're afraid of people like me. Augmented people, with the power to resist you.
No one's afraid of you, Mr. Jensen. All your blundering around and childish interference hasn't stopped a thing. Tell me, have you been to a limb clinic lately?
And that's why you don't go to the limb clinic.
Let me guess. That was supposed to shut me down, right? Leave me broken and begging?
The Augs are recalled. You should be offline!
Women never fail to underestimate men.
You should have stayed dead, Jensen. Look at you, jumping at shadows like a scared child. Tracked me all the way here. Finding me now should be simple. So stubborn. You should have given up this chase long ago. That business should be tried with Barrett. It should have ended there. Behind you, Jensen.
Oh, for crying out loud.
To be honest, I killed you first. I thought you would be more formidable than this. This has been a long time coming. You should have died first. It took losing Yelena, but you have their attention now. And mine. Will you lose your nerve, Jensen, now that the end is near? He underestimated you, Jensen. Goodbye, my friend. Do I sense desperation, Jensen? Trapped me all the way here. Finding me now should be simple. You're a fool, Jensen. There's nothing here. Do you realize how hopeless this is? You! Behind you, Jensen. Right over here, my friend. Come get me. If it would have heard that you lived, I'd take your chance. So stubborn. You should have given up this chase long ago. How does it feel, Jensen, knowing you'll die without finding the truth? I thought you would be more formidable than this. But even I have orders to follow. You've off limits. First. You have no idea what it is you're chasing, do you? Will you lose your nerve, Jensen, now that the end is near? Look at you, jumping at shadows like a scared child. Tracked me all the way here. Finding me now should be simple.
until you tell me where Megan is.
You've lost her, Jensen. Men like us, we never get back the things we love.
Jaren, is that you?
Not exactly.
Adam? Oh my god, Adam! It's you. You're hurt. What happened?
What happened to you? I risked my life for you, Megan. I came halfway around the world, and for what?
It's not what you think.
Are you part of this?
No! No, Adam, I swear it! The kidnapping was real. The attack on Seraph Industries, they came after me. They wanted my research.
And when did you decide they could have it?
It didn't happen like that. I wanted to tell you, but I couldn't. I couldn't! And then David said we had to use it. We owed it to mankind.
David? What are you talking about?
My great discovery. The genetic framework I found that makes it easier for living tissue to bond with implants. I found it. In you, Adam. I used your DNA. I wanted to tell you, I swear. But David convinced me what it could mean for mankind. How much better off we could all be. It took Hugh to make me see how wrong I was.
Hugh? Hugh Darrow.
He owns this facility. After Namir brought us here...
Pritchard! Patch me into Seraph, now!
Adam, please! He was only pretending to work with Tai Young and the others. He found out what they were planning to do and told them he would help. But only to make sure they never succeeded. Their control signal won't work.
Thank you, David. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Seraph here has asked me to show the world how human enhancement technology can change it. After careful deliberation, I've decided I must do exactly that. Forgive me.
Oh god. He's modified the control signal. Anyone with the new biochip will be affected. Hugh never said anything about this.
I'm going back for the scientists.
No, Adam! I know the complex better than you. I'll find them. There's a hangar bay through there. Get to its control room and retract the roof. Clear a path for us.
Jensen, what the hell's going on out there? Broadcast frequencies are going haywire.
Malik, is that you? Where are you?
Coming into visual range of Singapore now. Been in the air since Pritchard first pinged you.
Good timing. I'm heading for a hangar bay to open the roof. I'll need an emergency extraction.
Roger that. I'm on my way. Hey, Jensen! Looks like you could use some help! I see the scientist, Jensen. I'm landing nearby. And I think... Dr. Reed wants to speak to you. Hang on. Hello? Adam? We're all
fine, but you have to get to Panchea and stop Hugh.
You and I aren't done with this, Megan.
I know how it looks, but you have to stop the broadcast. I think it's causing the new biochips to overstimulate the vagus nerve, creating terrifying hallucinations.
You mean it's driving augmented people insane?
Yes, and it's up to you to stop it. Use the Leo shuttle. It will take you to Panchea. Good luck, Adam.
Automated systems online. Darrow sequence 1, code 1, 1A, preset and ready to engage. Suborbital trajectory plotted. Destination Panchea. Begin countdown, Mr. Darrow.
Begin countdown.
Code 000. Confirm 0. Countdown commencing.
Jensen! Jensen, can you read me?
Barely. I've reached Panchea, Pritchard. Any word from Sarah for the UN delegates?
Nothing. The installation went into lockdown shortly after Darrow gave his speech. I can't tell if anyone's even alive. And the signal's still broadcasting.
Meaning no one's safe till I get in there and shut it down.
You'll have to disengage the lockdown first. Look for a master control panel at the top of the tower.
Am I going around in circles?
Pritchard, Panchea's broadcast center is at the base of the station near the bottom of the ocean. Is that right?
But the lockdown caused all the blast doors to seal. You won't be able to go down until you override them manually.
From up in the tower. I got it.
I don't think you want to do that, Mr. Jensen. Disengage lockdown, and whatever demons this station contains are likely to come crashing out on us.
Afraid to die, Darrow? Or just unwilling to face what you've done?
Oh, I know what I've done, believe me. I take no pleasure in it.
And yet you still did it.
I did what had to be done. 20 years ago, I gave the world augmentation technology. I thought I was giving it a bright future, but instead I gave it the means to destroy itself. No law, no UN regulation was going to fix that.
People are dying out there. Hundreds of thousands of people driven to the brink of insanity because of you.
I had to convince the world. Before today, people believed we should steal fire from the gods and redesign human nature. Human nature is the only thing we have that gives us a moral compass and the social skills we need to live in peace. Destroy it, and you destroy our very species.
Don't paint yourself a savior in this. What you're doing is insane.
Is it? When this is done, the Illuminati won't be able to control men and women like you as they had planned, from the inside out. No one will be able to use the technology I invented to make others into beings they desire. Something we both know has happened already.
You think you're Frankenstein? Killing his own monster?
Actually, Mr. Jensen, I prefer to think of myself as Daedalus, watching helplessly as his child crashes into the sea.
I'm ending this. Now.
You can't. The signal is being generated from the broadcast center at the base of this facility. Panchea's security system has been programmed to protect it, and will kill you before you even get close.
You designed that system, Darrow. You can tell me how to shut it down.
But I won't. You think what I'm doing is extreme. You simply don't understand. For humanity to survive beyond this century, it must abandon ill-conceived notions about transcendence and embrace change. But for that to happen, the hard lesson must be learned. Blood must be shed.
You think humanity needs to be punished? Is that it? Pain is the only thing people understand? By the time this is over, there will be no humanity left to embrace your change. The stress and horror you forced us to live through will have ripped it out of us.
I knew there would be casualties, but I thought, over time, surely the human spirit can recover. You, of all people, should be able to understand this. In your former career, were you not sometimes called upon to kill in the line of duty? To carry that grim responsibility in order to save others? You must realize this is no different. Only the scale has changed. Because the threat we face as a species is so extreme.
You've convinced yourself you're right, but whatever moral high ground you're standing on is nothing but a stack of innocent victims. You're trying to justify genocide. All your talk about ethics and ideals doesn't mean a damn compared to that.
Genocide? I'm trying to save our species, and you keep twisting my words. Don't you see? I created people like you. I made it possible for you to happen. If fate had dealt me a different hand, then perhaps neither of us would be here. Isn't it obvious how fate is now conspiring to overtake us both, to grind us beneath her wheels? We must see this through, lest people like you continue to evolve and destabilize society.
People like me? People like me? You're not interested in saving humanity, Darrow, no matter how loud you shout it. This is about jealousy, pure and simple. Everything you're doing today is in service to your wounded ego. Because you can't stand anyone leaving you behind.
I never said that! Mr. Jensen, please! You and I, we're two sides of the same coin. I could have been you if it weren't for this damned blood in my veins. But I was cheated by my own DNA, cursed to become a cripple. And I am not the only one. As long as this technology exists, mankind will continue to divide. Help me make us all equal again.
You cover it up with all that pretense about saving the world, try to justify it. But deep down inside, you're nothing more than an angry child, spiteful, full of hate, envious and bitter. How petty is that?
Petty? I was betrayed by my own genetics, ruined by my own flesh. What right do you have to condemn me, to curse me? All I ever wanted was to build something good, something magnificent. And now, there's so much blood. So much blood. I will give you what you want, Mr. Jensen. Codes to shut down Panchea's security system. But you'll still be in danger. Much of the system is self-determining and lethal. When you see it, maybe then you'll understand. The technology I created will not be the future any one of us desires. Please, help the world understand that.
Richard, the lockdown's disengaged. I'm heading back to the hangar to see if those blast doors are open. Have you been able to raise anyone?
I'm picking up several glimmers, but there's too much interference. I think you're on your own, Jensen.
Careful there, Francis. You almost sound like you'll regret that.
They were all against me. Had no choice. It was for their own good. You won't get me! Wait, what? Get away from me! Get away! No! No!
Fuck you! I hate you, monster! Please come out! I have to do what they tell me! No! You won't get me! You won't get me! No! You won't get me! You won't get me! No! You won't get me! You won't get me! Just let me finish! I got a job to do! I got a job! Stay. What's this? Fire! Fire! Don't let anyone run! Run! No! You won't get me! Monster, you won't get me!
You seem relatively normal, nicht wahr?
All things considered, yeah. You okay?
Thankfully, I was able to barricade myself in here when things got out of control. So, is it safe to come out now?
No. The rest of the station is still under siege. You better stay here until help comes. In the meantime, is it possible to download Praxis software here?
Yes, of course. I will remain here.
This is William Taggart. If anyone out there is listening, I'm begging you, help. We've barricaded ourselves inside the core server room. Many of us are wounded. Please, save us. Please, save us.
Which I believe core server room is right in this area, if I remember right.
Hey, let me go! Ah, get away! You don't scare me. You're not even there. Get away! Go! Go! No one! Let's go!
Mr. Jensen, how ironic that you should be the one to save us from the monsters out there.
Monsters, Taggart? You mean people. Augmented people who've lost all control, lost their reason.
Isn't that supposed to be my line? Unfortunately, it seems your esteemed Mr. Darrow decided to appropriate my point and turn it back on me. In madness and in blood. He has betrayed us all.
So you finally admit it. You are part of this, after all. You have been all along.
It would be pointless to deny anything now, but despite what you think of us, we never wanted augmentations outlawed. All we've ever sought is regulation, rules governing how the technology is developed, and laws that ensure it's used for the good of society.
You've raised society above humanity. So who gets to make those rules?
Men with wisdom, strength, and tenacity to know what's right. Proven leaders who distinguish themselves, like you, Mr. Jensen. You've certainly earned the right to be one of us. All you have to do is take it.
I'm not looking for glory, Taggart.
Just remember that without control, there's no room for freedom, only anarchy. You were a policeman once. You know the importance of order.
I know there's a difference between order and slavery.
The biochip wasn't supposed to force people to do anything. It merely limited powers so that people couldn't go on killing sprees like the ones taking place right now.
Amazing how well that worked out.
Say what you will, but I know that some part of you agrees with me. Absolute freedom is no different than absolute chaos. Society needs boundaries if it has any hope of surviving, and you, Mr. Jensen, can be the one to give us that hope. Shut down Darrow's signal. Then help me get a message out saying that an accident at VersaLife contaminated the world's neuropozyne supply.
VersaLife? And what if I decided to blame the Illuminati?
The Illuminati is just a name to get rich financiers to invest more money. Besides, do you really think the world will believe in some 18th century conspiracy theory? Do this for us, and you'll ensure a future for mankind, all of mankind, augmented or otherwise. The future Hugh Darrow offers doesn't allow for both.
Let me think about it.
No. I'm not killing. I'm not listening. Stop moving. No. Get out of my head. What is this?
Come on, energy.
No, come on, man. I'm not gonna kill anymore. No, I'm not killing. I'm not listening.
Anybody there? Can you hear me? I've got survivors here. We've locked ourselves in a machine room. Please! Help us!
Get out! for you! What's that? I know you're not there. Stop talking to me!
David, idiot. Call for help, but mind the path to get to you. So, I mean, really? Do you want to be rescued or not? Because mining the only path to you does not exactly engender the sense that you want to be rescued.
Do it quick! I promise! You're not even there! Get away! Go! Quiet! I can't think with all that noise! Just let me finish! I gotta talk to you! I gotta talk to you! I'm gonna kill you all! I'm gonna kill you
all! Okay, if that...
You're the monster! It's your fault! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! It's the runners. It's coming. Get up! Get up! There it is! Get away from me! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get away from me! Get up! Get away! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get away from me! Get away! I won't hurt you. Get away from me. I just want to talk. Get away! Get away from me! Okay.
This is really getting just a little bit old. The path is there, but it's mine. So, do you want to be protected, or do you want to be saved, or not? Because mining the only path to get to you seems just a little bit stupid.
Get up! Get up! Get up! No! Get up! Go on! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get away from me! Get away! Get away from me! Get away! Get away from me!
What the hell do you think you're doing, son? Put that away! Adam! Oh, thank God you came. I've got wounded here. We'll have to move them first.
We can't move anyone yet. Not until I get to the base of the station and shut down Darrow's broadcast.
What? Why?
The chaos you experienced here, it's everywhere. The Illuminati created a biochip that stops people from using enhanced abilities, and Darrow turned it into a kill switch.
Oh my God, you... We gotta fix this, Adam. If people realize what's happened, if they believe augmentation technology created this chaos, they'll ban human enhancement research forever.
And that would be a bad thing.
Yes, it would! Don't you see what's at stake here? Ever since man first crawled out of that ocean, we've been striving to be more than we are. Augmentation technology is just the latest, greatest step on a very long road. But we've barely scratched the surface of its potential. We can't let fear stop us from continuing.
That's your belief, Sarah. Not everyone shares it.
But you do, Adam. I know it. And if we work together, we can really make a difference. We can improve the lives of everyone. but only if we fix this.
Go on.
We'd have to get a message out. After you shut down Hugh's signal. Tell the world. Tell them the Humanity Front did this. That their doctors created a virus that only affects augmented people.
You mean lie?
It'll give us time, son. Time to figure out how to destroy the Illuminati's biochips and move on.
And what about the people who've been hurt by this? Don't they deserve the truth?
Adam, if we want the freedom to become more than we are, we can't be blinded by a misguided morality. Some people will be left behind. It's reality. It's evolution, son.
Right. Evolution based on my DNA.
Please, son, you have to stay with me on this.
I'll think about it.
Depending on where this ends up, I'd dearly like to know how I missed it. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Can I believe I missed that?
You want the fight again? Freaking me out! You ruined it! Rats. Oh, never. Please don't see anything. Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get away from me! Get up! Get away! Get up! Don't be difficult! This is best for both of us! Don't run! It'll be easier if you come out. Just get away from me! Get up! Get up! Get up!
Stupid people.
Get up, okay, get up, okay, get up. Nothing's here. Get up, get up, get up. Get up. You're the monster. It's your fault.
What I wouldn't give for about 10 gas grenades right now. Okay, here we go. This is the end of the game right here. Okay. I really need to pee. I'll be right back. Alright guys, let's do this.
What the hell?
Water pressure nominal at 173 psi.
Who am I?
Communications web online.
I feel cold.
Drones 1 through 3 within operational parameters.
I don't remember.
Drone 4 disconnected.
Let me go.
Processing.
Oh God, please help me. I'm scared.
Core temperature stable. Processing.
Zhao, what are you doing?
Connecting to Panchea's Haran project, Mr. Jensen. The most advanced quantum computer slave to the human brain, and the closest to perfection we'll ever achieve. I'm going to use it to hack Darrow's signal and rework the message to our benefit.
Our benefit? You mean the Illuminati's?
Someone has to override the signal and be the world's savior. And let's be honest, neither of us would trust anyone else to fill that role. Computer, begin EEG sync.
So much pain.
Syncing beta waves at 40 cycles per second.
Sleep, please. Let me sleep.
Incompatible master-slave chain detected. Alert. Unable to transfer control to Alpha Pod.
The system won't recognize my chip.
Neural systems offline. Rerouting control of the
I can't control Iron!
Increasing glutamators by 32%.
Zhao, get them out of there!
I have to reach the control chamber.
No! I can still control it! I'm in control!
Stop the signal!
Security alert.
Through the primary drone hatch.
Oh, shit.
Alpha pod security in place. To access alpha pods, purge tertiary pods.
I must be the one to alter the signal. Once I do, the council will welcome me with open arms.
No! Protect Mother! Stay away! Stay away! Madman is here. Why does he want to kill us? Kill him.
Warning. Pod 3.
You have done better, sir, keeping your head down.
Just don't hurt anymore. Just no more pain. Please keep him away from us. Security measures are sufficient. Insufficient.
Contamination board. Error in system.
Our life is weakening.
Rerouting connection.
I'm regaining control. I must.
Reroute complete. Contamination warning. Pod 2 access hatch is open. Pod 2 safety search complete.
Do you see where honor and ambition lead you? To a hole miles deep in the ocean, about to meet your end. I'm powerless.
What they've done. I don't like it here. I don't like it. It's so cool down here. Dirk, show us the light, Mother. Where's the light?
Contamination. Error in system. Rerouting connection. Reroute complete.
I can't move. Why can't I move? ACHE levels are critically low. How much longer will it be, Mother?
Part 1.
I have no choice but to eliminate you. You have ruined everything.
Contamination. Warning. Tertiary pods are offline. Primary security measures disabled. Power surge detected. Electrical charge above normal levels and rising. Preparing for discharge sequencing. Warning. Electrical charge subcritical and rising. Electric discharge sequence initialized.
It's happening. It's gone from us. No, wait. It's initiating emergency protocols. You don't know the resources they have at their disposal, Jensen. Despite your special genetics, you have been in over your head the whole time. Initiate distribution protocol. There is no way you can stop the system. There is nothing you can do to stop it.
Warning. Electrical charge subcritical and rising. Halfway to discharge sequence. Warning. Primary pod compromised. Secondary security measures activated. Evacuate area.
You cannot reach me, Jensen. There are too many contingencies built into the system. You and I have both figured. I have worked too long to stop now. You want the glory. Exactly. No! It is all mine. I have been earning for this.
Warning. Primary part failure imminent. Warning. Electrical charge approaching critical levels. Discharge imminent. Clear area.
Adam. Welcome to the Edge. It is not the end of the world, but you can see it from here.
Eliza? What are you doing here?
It is my job to monitor and report on the news, Adam. Before Darrow smothered everything with his signal, the whole world was tuned into this place, including me.
The broadcast. I have to stop it.
I know. Please, come closer. Do you know where we are, Adam? We are at the fulcrum point, when society lies in the balance. Hugh Darrow hoped to tip the scales one way, by telling the world everything you already know. About the biochip, the Illuminati, everything. He believed knowing the truth would convince mankind to abandon research into human enhancement technologies forever.
It would certainly give them reason to fear it.
Indeed. Darrow's confession is ready to send. If you want, I can wideband it across all media as soon as you shut down the signal. Everything you worked so hard to uncover will be exposed. But only if you deactivate the broadcast using this control. However, if you desire, I can alter Darrow's message. Conceal the creation of the biochip while putting in new content.
Content blaming the Humanity Front, like Sarif suggested.
The organization has already admitted to harboring terrorists. It would be easy to convince people they turn to biological warfare in a more desperate attempt to get rid of augmented people.
But why? What would that achieve?
In time, it could shift the focus of hatred onto people whose prejudices are seen as too extreme, leaving corporations free to experiment with human evolution as they desire. But if you want me to perform this edit for you, you must disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here. Alternatively, Darrow's message can be adjusted to erase all mention of the power group known as the Illuminati. I can report that lack of proper regulation allowed vast quantities of neuropozyne to become contaminated prior to reaching the market.
Taggart's preference. You think the world will buy a made-up story about neuropozyne poisoning?
You might be surprised by what people believe. I can convince them. And having experienced the negative effects of corporate negligence firsthand, a majority of people might force the world to place harsh restrictions on all human enhancement research. But only if you disengage the signal and activate the video edit function from here. Of course, there is another option. This passage leads to Panchea's pressure regulation controls. Destroy them and the installation will cave in on itself, overwhelmed by the weight of the ocean pressing against it. Everyone inside the structure will die.
That's a solution?
No one will be left to tell the world what happened, Adam. Nobody will be able to spin the story.
Including me.
The choice is yours. Do you believe you have the wisdom to choose an appropriate future for mankind? Or do you trust mankind to find the answers on its own?
Well, which one? Which would you do?
If you do this, the focus of hatred may shift to those responsible for unleashing biological warfare, leaving corporations free to experiment with human evolution. Are you sure this is your choice? So be it then.
Sarif was right about one thing. It's in our nature to want to rise above our limits. Think about it. We were cold, so we harnessed fire. We were weak, so we invented tools. Every time we met an obstacle, we used creativity and ingenuity to overcome it. The cycle is inevitable. But will the outcome always be good? I guess that will depend on how we approach it. These past few months, I was challenged many times. But more often than not, didn't I try to keep morality in mind, knowing that my actions didn't have to harm others? Time and time again, didn't I resist the urge to abuse power and resources simply to achieve my goals more swiftly? In the past, we've had to compensate for weaknesses, finding quick solutions that only benefit a few. But what if we never need to feel weak or morally conflicted again? What if the path Sarif wants us to take enables us to hold on to higher values with more stability? One thing is obvious. For the first time in history, we have a chance to steal fire from the gods. To turn away from it now, to stop pursuing a future in which technology and biology combine, leading to the promise of a singularity, would mean to deny the very essence of who we are. No doubt the road to get there will be bumpy, hurting some people along the way. But won't achieving the dream be worth it? We can become the gods we've always been striving to be. We might as well get good at it.
Well, guys, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. It was very much appreciated. This really is one of the... It may not be as deep or as long as the original, but in terms of, tackling, deep, moral, ethical, philosophical questions, it certainly excels at that. And though it may not be as long as the original, like I said, it's still in some ways is better than that. I've never played the original. I certainly wouldn't try to. I probably wouldn't try to stream it. Yeah, it's an interesting. It's an interesting question. It's a very interesting question. Tomorrow, I say we, like I'm talking of the second person or second or third person, but anyway, tomorrow I will begin the Deus Ex Mankind Divided part of the Deus Ex stream. Parts of it, they're, from a gameplay perspective, I think I might like it better. But as far as which choice would you make? It doesn't matter. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. Humanity is still going to be afraid. Humanity's still going to be afraid of augmentation, no matter what. So, anyway, thank you for tuning in, guys. Like I said, tomorrow I'll do the Deus Ex Mankind Divided part of the stream. That's going to be on the PS4, my PS4. So there won't be any issues like there have been with this. So, anyway, thank you for tuning in. What you kind of thought so? Oh, as far as humanity always being afraid of augmentation? Yeah. We fear what we don't know. We fear what we can't control. We fear the unknown. I think I already said that, but anyway. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, guys. I will see you next time.